Well, after a day of delays, the new Legend 7 is finally here. To be honest, hearing the words Legend and 7 in the same sentence like that makes me think of that old Game of War ad about the Legend 27.
What are you guys playing?
Supposed to be playing Game of War, but this one player keeps kicking my ass.
Is it the Legend 27?
Yeah, the Legend 27.
So, what exactly is 7? Well, 7 is a sentient robot. So essentially, it's Brawlhalla's take on what ChatGPT will be in about 10 years. And I've gotta say, if it's between this and the Terminator, I'm definitely going with the former. But I have to say, I am a little bit disappointed. When I first saw the teasers for the new Legend, I could have sworn that it was going to be the test Legend that has never been seen in the game. I mean, look at this. This is an uncanny resemblance, and a lot of people agreed with me. And although it turned out to be something different, I do wish that they made one of 7's skins the test Legend. That would have been a nice touch. With all that said, it's time to take a closer look at the new Legend 7. First off, looking at the no. Why did they give this Legend Queen Nai stats? Okay. The base design looks very friendly, and is hopefully not hiding any murderous intentions towards the human race. And then for the skins, we have Firefighter Robot, Minifigurine Robot, and Homeless Robot. How awesome. Now, it's time to get into his SIGs. You know, I just realized this entire time I've been referring to 7 as a he, even though it's technically a she. Do robots even have genders? Why is this something I have to think about? You know what, I'm probably gonna end up forgetting anyways, so if I keep saying he, just excuse me. Anyways, starting with her spear end sig, 7 gets a short jab of electricity coming out of her spear pointing diagonally upwards. It's a pretty fast sig, but it doesn't last for long, and it also doesn't have that much force or range, so overall it's a pretty mid sig. Unless, of course, you're using the second version of the sig. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, by using 7's down sig on spear, we now have a new feature, which is switching modes on signatures. So when 7 uses the second version of the N-Sig, she actually has a frickin' flamethrower. This flamethrower is everything that the first version of the SIG is not. The hitbox is a lot larger, it lasts a lot longer, and the force is a lot greater. Then we have her spear side SIG, where she essentially becomes Green Goblin and uses his glider to fly into your opponent. So, what's the second version like?
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
Just like the second version of the N-Sig, this one is much better than the first. It has a lot longer range, it goes on for a lot longer, and has more force. And of course, I've already gone over the Spear D-Sig, which is basically just changing modes, although it does have a hitbox, which is nice, because that way you're not completely vulnerable while using it. This new concept of switching modes for SIGs is pretty interesting. It kinda reminds me of driving a manual car. You gotta switch between first and second gear to use it properly. Of course, I've never driven a manual car, so I don't actually know how it's like, but it's pretty easy in Brawlhalla, I guess. Now we're moving on to the Cannon SIGs, which do not have the mode switching like the Spear SIGs do. Starting with the Cannon N-Sig, 7 spawns a mechanical version of Crustle from Pokemon Black and White and rides him into the battlefield while spraying a cannon of fireballs. I can't believe I just read that sentence out loud. Just like both versions of the Spear N-Sig, this SIG does not hit grounded, which is nice considering how much force it has. Then for the Cannon Side SIG, 7 once again rides her knockoff Crustle into the opponent, but this time she shoots her cannonballs sideways instead of upwards. The thing that I like about this SIG is that instead of automatically charging at the opponent, it takes a little bit of time before the electronic Crustle starts running towards the opponent. I personally believe that justifies giving it this extra hitbox in front of the crab that it didn't have in the N-Sig. And lastly, for the Cannon D-Sig, 7 places the cannon on the ground before it grows its own infinity gauntlet and then rocketing off into the air. The mechanics of the SIG are pretty strange, as you can hit them with the initial placing down of the cannon, but then wait to use the part where it flies off into the air. You also don't have to wait for the infinity gauntlet to be added in order to use the second part, but it does do more force if you wait for it to be added. Now that I've showcased all of the signatures, it's time to try and not embarrass myself with my cannon gameplay. But of course, before we start, I have to get a skin. And great, I'm 20 off. Time to spend some more hard-earned money. You know, I like all of these skins, so it's kinda hard to choose, but the more I've thought about it, the choice becomes very obvious. Does anyone else understand how ironic it is that a firefighter has a spear that can spray fire? Okay, whatever, I don't care, let's just get into the game. What a shocker, someone else playing 7. Look at that. See, the Brawlhalla community is nice. We're such great people. Just don't go on Twitter. Aha, yeah. Get fighted with fire. I'm fighting with fire. That's why, I guess that's why it's called Firefighter, because I'm fighting with fire instead of against fire. Pokemon, go! Alright, that did not really work. Dude, I'm too good at this character. I'm actually cracked. Oh, okay. It's always when I start saying something. Wouldn't it be funny if we fought 7 7s in a row? That'd be quite comedic. 6. Okay, that's 3 7s in a row. That didn't kill. That didn't kill either? I feel like I'm fighting Queen Nai 2.0. Oh. Okay, he said forget that. Never mind, he did not say forget that. Okay. This guy's having some issues. No, I'm an idiot. I literally dodged at it. Fantastic. 4 7s in a row. At this point, I'm only playing to see if I can get the 7 7s in a row for the joke. I think hovered back on stage with that. What? Huh? Oh no. Guys, that was my take on a cannon 0 to death, but the death part was just me. There we go. Let's go. I'm finally perfecting the use of the N-Sig. Nice. You're a cannon main now. Minus the ability to use the cannon itself. Just the SIGs on 7. Ooh, good timing. Yes, okay, that's 6 7s in a row. I don't care if it's a guy I fought earlier. That doesn't matter. Oh, you tried. Your trickery will not work on me, fool. Yeah, that's what you get. Karma. Yeah, karma's a... Alright, this is it. Does the joke hit or not? I sound like a sports bettor trying to talk about their play hitting. Alright, come on, come on, come on. You're kidding me, right?